this video, but I am actually showing you guys a sneak peek of my next shoe review that I'm going to do once it gets here. And I'm gonna show a picture right here on the screen right here. If you know, you know.
Alright, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Gwop sending back in with another video for you guys, and I'm bringing yet another shoe review for the channel, and I am excited for this one. I am excited for a number of reasons, because one, this is my holy grail, or one of my 3 or 4 holy grail sneakers that I ever want in my entire life, and I got one of them for right here in this video. And the second reason is because I finally got this after waiting so long, after trying to stack so much money, just put money aside just for this, just so I can get a good replica pair from my people over at copshoe.ru, also known as Kick Z, and I finally got it. And the shoe that I am talking about for this video is, of course, the Nike Air Yeezy 2 NRG Pure Platinum. And I previewed this shoe on my Instagram, and I also previewed this shoe, like I think in the Travis Scott Phantom video that I did for copshoe. But this one I bought with my own money. I dropped like $260 for it with my discount code. Link is in the description, by the way. And they sent these to me no problem. I was ecstatic to get these. But with that being said, let's hop right into the video. So starting off with shipping, since I did pay for this with my own money, they still gave me 5 to 6 day priority shipping with FedEx. It came double box, it came with bubble wrap and everything. There was barely any dents on the shoe box, and I did cut it open just a little bit on accident with my keys here on camera. But other than that, like, it was perfect. As you guys can see on the box, you have all the Nike branding, the Kanye West branding all over it. And moving on to the UPC tag and the size label, it reads Air Yeezy 2 NRG, and the colorway for this is Wolf Gray and Pure Platinum in the size 11. And opening up the box for the first time, I was greeted with the Nike Air and Yeezy dust bag, and it did come with the gold lace locks. I'm going to show you right here in a second, but on one side it's in that Pure Platinum colorway, and it came on one side Nike sportswear, and the other side it has Kanye West's like eagle insignia logo that's featured on the shoes as well. And here's the gold lace tips right here. Now the pair did come with black lace tips, but just like the authentic pairs, it came with the gold lace tips on the bag. And setting the dust bag aside and getting into the shoes, and oh my lordy Christ above, we got the shoes. We got the shoes in hand for the first time here on the channel, and I just don't know what to say about this one. Just like the Gamma Blues, I was blew away by the Gamma Blues, but I'm just as blown away by how good a quality these are, and just holding it in my hand right here for this video. And like, funny thing, I never really expected to get this pair like this soon. I really thought that I was gonna get it next year, but I had some extra money laying around before my big trip to Midwest Fur Fest, and I just had to have them. And it is just so crazy to me how this pair, like, by the time I'm making this video and recording this video right now, is going for like 9 grand almost on StockX in my size, in the size 11. Like, it is just so wild to me how this shoe came out like 10 years ago, and it is still like the definition of hypebeast culture and just like sneaker culture as a whole. And getting both shoes out of the box, and I really have a lot of stuff to say about this shoe, more specifically like the quality on this from copshoe, bro, because I was honestly blown away from like the quality pictures. Now, I was skeptical about the quality pictures just a little bit, but getting into the shoes and feeling them up in hand, dude, like, they did not skip no corners, man. But the first thing I do want to point out, I don't know if it's just me or if it's any other like YouTuber that got reps of this shoe, but I did notice that the colors just might be a little bit off, more specifically the wolf gray part, like the mesh part where the 3M is. And yes, it does have that 3M underneath the wolf gray mesh material that's on the uppers. But the one thing I did notice was that it seems a little bit darker than what it should be, and the midsole is just like a little bit more of like a lightish gray more than a pure white. But I did look around on eBay, I did look around on quality check pictures, It really just depends on the lighting, because the other pictures that I've seen, like, it seems a little bit too bright. The midsole seems a little bit too bright. The suede toe seems a little bit too bright, or it's blending in with the like wolf gray mesh material that's on the uppers. But other than that, like, I think it looks really good. The scales on the side, I was actually blown away by how good of quality and like how much they went in for the scales on the side. Now, I was a little bit skeptical because like it does seem like that the scales should should be like a little bit more close to the authentic pairs, but I looked at the authentic pairs as well. The scales is all over the place. Like the larger scales is right down the middle where the Nike swoosh is. Like it's one side, it's all the small scales, while it's on top of like the liner where like the bigger scales are. But the scales, like getting up close and personal on camera, you can see like how defined and how much like detail they put on the scales. Same with the Nike swoosh that's on the side panel, like how deeply embossed and 3D like embossed it is on the side panels as well. And moving on to the Nike strap that just locks down the laces. Now opening it up, now you do have the like Egyptian hieroglyphics, and I actually know what this means. It actually translates to Yeezy in the Egyptian hieroglyphics. And now also another thing is that one detail that's on the inner strap is that it says Kanye West and Nike trademarks. Now back in the day when reps like this was being thrown around, like rep makers used to get this detail, like miss out on this detail, and that's how you knew a pair was fake if it didn't have this. But it's crazy how they know like what type of details go into this shoe. And getting into the laces and the lace lock that's holding down the shoes as well, it does have that same scale print, same good quality as it is on the side panels. And also behind it also has 2 in Roman numerals, signifying that it is a Nike Air Yeezy 2. Now rep makers also forget on this detail, but other than that, here's the black lace tips. Now it is supposed to be like more of like a matte finish more than a glossy black or a chrome finish, but it still looks good either way. It still looks good. You got that same like eagle insignia logo surrounded by the like honeycomb like texture of a tongue that it got right here. Like, and another thing is that it also had the infrared or like a rose red like sock liner. Now they did feature this on the Solar Reds, or aka the Blinks, and it's not really more of like a pinkish red, it's more of like a red this time. But I actually like that it's red instead of like that infrared or like that solar red that was featured on the other one, and it's actually different than the Solars. The medial side, you see how just as embossed the scales are just on the outer side. The scales look fantastic, man. And also another thing is that the triangles that's on the side. Now the triangles are supposed to be rounded, and as you guys can see, it's perfectly rounded. There's only like 1 or 2 that's like pointed out, but other than that, it's all mostly rounded. Same with the other shoe. And getting into the heel, now honestly this was kind of like the part that I was kind of worrying about the most. I mean, I wasn't really worried about anything else other than the glow in the dark soles that I will get into in a second. But as you guys can see with the heel, like the heel is actually really decent for it being a replica. Now I know a lot of people, the only people that I know of off the top of my head that can get the heel right, especially on the Air Yeezy 2s, is PK God, now, or the PK batches. Like, I'm actually gonna pull up a picture right here. You guys see the heel, right? You guys see the heel. Pay attention to the very bottom where the midsole like ends off. It's supposed to be like kind of arching up a little bit more, like halfway where the second spike is, but not exactly where the second spike is. It's supposed to be like just as high, just as about as the second spike, but that's where the first spike on the bottom is supposed to start. But other than that, I did see other pairs as well that did also have this problem. So Nike did also back in the day still screwed up like quality checks and like quality control and all that. But I say the heel is actually pretty good for like the price that they're asking. And you also have the red insoles right here that I'm also showing on screen right here. It's still embossed with that logo. I actually like that logo actually. And it also has it on the Solars and the Red Octobers as well, which I do plan on getting. I already have the Solars, but I definitely need the Red Octobers next. But last but not least, has to be the glow-in-the-dark sole. Now, I brought it outside just for like 30 seconds. I had them out there for 30 seconds. I brought them back in the house immediately after and brought it to a very dark room in the house. And as you guys can see, it is already glowing, like so bright here on camera, man. And it's like, it's sort of like a greenish, like blue. It's like a blue-green, but it has like a lime green sole. But other than that, this shoe is perfect. I don't have any complaints about this shoe. But other than that, I am gonna let the rest of the video play, but I do have a couple things I do want to mention first, and then I'm gonna get into a slight story time, just like I did with the Gamma Blues. But the one last thing that I did notice is that the toe box. Now the toe box is just a little bit, like, how can I explain it? It's not like the authentic pairs, but I did hear somewhere where like you could take a damp towel and an iron and just press it down and get that shape that the authentic Air Yeezy 2s has. But other than that, the overall shoe, like, and the shape of the shoe feels really good. Like, compared to the PK batches, the PKs feel more like an UGG boot more than like the Air Yeezy 2 is supposed to be shaped. But I don't have any complaints at all, man. I don't. And the last thing that I do want to touch up on is my story time for why I love the Air Yeezy 2 so much. Now, I'm gonna paint another picture just like I did in the Gamma Blue video. I know I keep bringing this up, but I was around like 13, maybe 14 years old at the time, right? I was over at my cousin's house, coincidentally around the same time when he showed me the Gamma Blue 12s that released during that year, or like the year before, I think. And we was just chilling. I was actually on YouTube. We was playing 2K, and while we was playing 2K, I was actually seeing like these videos for like the Nike Air Yeezy 2s, and like creating the Nike Air Yeezy 2s in NBA 2K and everything. And I just instantly fell in love with the shoe. More importantly, like how detailed it was. I just love the colors. Like the Solar Reds was like my favorite, absolute favorite out of all three, between the Solars, Pure Platinums, and the Red Octobers. But I think the Pure Platinums, I didn't really like them at first, but over time it started to grow on me, and that's why I had to get these first more than anything else. But ever since then, I was just dead set on trying to get a pair of the Air Yeezy 2s. Like, I was looking around on eBay, I was looking around Amazon, because even though Amazon didn't have it, I was looking on the Nike website. It already sold out like as soon as it dropped, because I think back in the day the Solars was a West Coast release and the Pure Platinums was an East Coast release, or vice versa, I forget which one. But it was instantly sold out. It was a very hyped shoe. I'm talking about like people was like camping out for days in the cold for this shoe, man. And I could not find a pair anywhere, and I was really sad, because not only was it $250, which I know full and well my parents would never pay $250 for a pair of shoes. I was lucky to get even an $80, $90 pair of shoes at the time. But fast forward, I think it was like 2020, like when I first got my partnership, I was dead set on trying to get the Air Yeezy 2s, and coincidentally KickZ/copshoe actually had it on their site, and I couldn't get it for a sponsorship video, but I did pay for it now, and I'm actually kind of happy I did now after everything they did for me. So thank you, copshoe, for this shoe and just making this like something that I'm going to remember for a long time, and I'm going to document this for like videos and years to come. Also, one more quick announcement before I leave and throw these shoes on feet for you guys. So as you all know, Midwest Fur Fest is coming up in 2 days. I plan on getting this video out today, but the big announcement that I have is that I will be gone for 5 days. I'm gonna be out drinking, partying, doing my thing, doing furry things. But anyways, I'm gonna be gone during that time. I will have videos scheduled for you guys to watch while I'm gone. Also, I haven't forgot about my Saints Row Volition getting moved to Gearbox video, rant video, so that will be out before I leave. But the one other announcement I do want to say to you guys before I do leave is that I will be wearing the Nike Air Yeezy 2 Pure Platinums and my Solar Reds that I'm going to show off like in a later video, like at the convention. So I'm actually going to be vlogging it the whole entire step of the way. I'm going to see if I can get any reactions, do a little bit of a social experiment, and just to see if I get called out or anything. But I do plan on wearing this, and I was going to set a light goal, but I did plan on buying this specifically for the event. So I will be vlogging it. You guys will see me upload like little clips and everything to Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot. I did make a new Twitter as well, so you can follow me at Kenny Foxborough with an underscore. But anyways, apart from that, I will be gone, but I will not leave you guys hanging with content. So with that being said, I'm going to throw these bad bubbies on feet for you guys. And I'm also going to let the on feet video portion play for the video right now. So with that being said, this your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new. And I'm out, bro.